and welcome to this new speed build in The Sims 4. So today I'm building a family house, which is kind of a craftsman house, and I actually went into Google and I had typed on the Google search bar craftsman house, and I came across a house that for me looks like a typical American house. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that there's an American flag just in front of the house, but even with that, you know, it's not really visible, and honestly this was not the thing that I realized at first. I actually went back I went back to look at the picture just to make sure that there was this American flag, because I wasn't even sure, but the shape of the house just reminds me of the typical American house. Because for me, the suburban type of houses are not typical American houses. For me, it's those kind of, and it's not mean at all, you know, it's just those type of rectangles of houses are for me American houses. And I'm saying type of rectangles because this house technically is just a rectangle put above another rectangle, but I wanted to give it a bit more shape. So this was kind of a challenge to recreate this house as well, because as I said, I didn't want for the house to just be a rectangle put above the other one. I really wanted for the house to have a bit more personality, a bit more shape, with a bit more density in a way than just a couple of rectangles put above the other one. And I think I did a pretty great job in recreating the front of the house, but for the back of the house, I had to rely entirely on my imagination, because I had no idea what the back of a typical, in a way, and I'm putting quotation marks here, a typical American house looks like, you know, the back of a typical American house. So I just relied on my imagination and how I was imagining the back of this house was, and I'm really happy with how the house turned out to be. And it's quite a spacious house, and it's also quite expensive, but it's probably because I've placed so many plants everywhere. And I was actually thinking as I was building it to place my most recent current household, which is the because in my own time, if you don't know, I'm trying out the Spring into Summer and Autumn into Winter Legacy Challenge. And it's been a while actually since I've updated you guys on this household, but it's because I haven't played that much with them. And I will talk about that a little bit later on, because also this house, it took me quite a bit to be able to build it, because I don't really have that much time, that much free time on me right now. But I will talk about that in just a second. So as I was building this house, I was imagining that maybe later on I can place the family that I'm playing with in this challenge in this house, because they need a bit more space. And this house is just so spacious. You have 4 bedrooms. You have a living room, a big kitchen, a dining area, you have an entrance room, you have 3 bathrooms with 1 ensuite for the master bedroom, and you have a pretty nice garden. And the garden actually gave me kind of a headache, because I didn't really know what to place on the sides of the house, because I'm building in Windenburg, if you couldn't tell, and I'm building on the 30 by 40 lot, which is called the summer home, but I actually renamed the house Greenstone, because I'm using a whole bunch of stone for the front of the house, just to separate the greenery from the house and the pathways that I will draw later on all around the entrance that leads to the kitchen and the main entrance with a porch. So I've placed so many stones and rocks, and the house is green, so I decided to call it Greenstone. It's kind of original for me, because usually, I don't know, I'm not really that inspired with houses' names, so I'm proud of myself to have found these names. Anyway, I was talking about the side of the house, because as I said, I'm building on a 30 by 40 lot, and usually I don't really build on such big lots, because there's so much space that at some point I don't really know what to do with that space. And that happened again with this house. So I had an idea what to do with the front of the house, and I had so much fun doing the landscaping of the front of the house. Then there is this porch behind the house where your Sims can eat outside, maybe even eat when it's raining, because they're protected by the roof. And then on the sides, I didn't really know what to do. I knew that I wanted to place a swing set, which I did. I placed it just under a tree, which for me is kind of realistic, you know. I mean, the swing set that I had when I was young was just underneath a tree, so for me it kind of makes sense. And here you can see all of the rocks that I've placed, and there will be even more later on. And then, so when you're facing the house, on the left side of the house, there's also a greenhouse, which is technically just a rectangle with a whole bunch of glasses and windows everywhere, and a glass roof, of course. But then there was all this empty space that was left on the front sides of the house, if that makes any sense. And I had no idea what to do with it. And I didn't want to do what I usually do, which is just place trees and a whole bunch of plants. And I tried to find something to do with that empty space around, maybe some outdoors activities, but honestly I didn't find anything, so I just placed a whole bunch of trees everywhere. So in a way I'm kind of disappointed to not have find something to place on those spaces, but I feel like it goes pretty well with the environment this house is in, and also this house itself. You know, it looks really great. So I'm really pleased, at least with the interior and the floor plan also of this house, which took me ages to find, at least for the first floor of the house. It took me quite a while to find a floor plan for the first level of the house. But then the upstairs, it was just really easy to find a floor plan. And it's really easy to move around as well. So, as I said, this house, it took me almost, I think, 2 weeks to build it. And it's not because I wasn't really inspired. It was just because I don't really have that much time right now on my hands. I'm back at school and I have a whole bunch of work to do. I'm in my last year to have a degree. So by the end of the year, if everything goes well, I have a degree in, not linguistic, you know, I will be kind of a specialist in English technically, in a way. And I'm putting, once again, quotation marks here because, you know, you cannot be perfect in anything, I think. But I'm studying, technically, if you don't know, I'm studying history, the American and British history, and American and British literature as well as the Commonwealth with the literature and the kind of civilization in a way. This is how our classes are called. We're also studying linguistic, phonology, and just be able to speak in English and express ourselves in English, either orally or just by writing letters or commentaries or things like that. So this is technically what I'm studying, and this is my last year. And I have a whole lot of work to do and work on. And my studies are coming first, before The Sims, before this channel, before anything, because this is the last year and then I'm done. And, well, actually, right now, just to go back into the build, you can see the floor plan, and I feel like it's really smooth, you know, to move around. But anyway, let's go back to what I was talking about. So yeah, I have a whole bunch of work to do, and I haven't had that much time to play The Sims, which is really unusual for me. Like, for example, because actually when I'm recording this video, it's the 17th of September, and if everything goes well, this video should go up by the 24th of September. And I'm going to be pre-recording a lot of my videos like that. Thankfully, I have a whole bunch of series going on, so I will be able to keep track on all of your comments, which, by the way, makes my day. Your comments make my day, you guys. It makes me so happy to see that you guys are enjoying some of my Let's Plays, or all of my Let's Plays, actually. Or just sharing some of your opinions, some of your ideas on what could happen next in the Let's Play. So that makes me so happy, so thank you so much for this. But I can actually pre-record in a way some of my series without missing some of your comments, which is really cool. And this is actually a good thing to have so many Let's Plays going on at once. But for the speed builds and everything, and some of the Let's Plays that you will see, usually I will have pre-recorded them a week earlier because, as I said, I don't really have that much time to record, to play The Sims, even just in my own time. I don't have that much time. Like, for example, by the time this video goes live, so the 24th, so for you guys, last week there was 4 videos, which technically all of them put together is like, I think, 2.5 hours of gameplay, and this was the only time that I was able to play The Sims really. Plus, me building this house, but I didn't build this house in one go. As I said, it took me 2 weeks to build this house, and sometimes I was spending maybe 20 minutes at furnishing a room, and then I had to move on to some homework that I had to work on. Or sometimes when I was working on the landscaping, I was just doing the front landscaping of the house, and then I had to stop and move on to something else. And I also have a few personal projects that I'm working on as well, non-YouTube related, just personal stuff. And it's just, I'm kind of overwhelmed right now, so I really don't want to stop playing The Sims because I need Sims in my life. I don't know, I've been playing The Sims for almost, I think, 18 years. I think I've been playing The Sims for 18 years, and the only time that I can remember not having played The Sims that much was when I was ending high school, because we have an exam at the end of high school, I think, like in pretty much of every countries. That wasn't English at all. Like in every country, pretty much. That was better. But, you know, I had to work really hard, and I wasn't really able to play The Sims that much, but I still found time to play. And since I have this YouTube channel, the only time I will be able to play The Sims will be when I will be pre-recording the videos technically for the week after the moment I'm recording. I don't even know if what I'm saying makes any sense. But anyway, so this house, it took me so long to build it, and I'm really not used to that. Usually when I build a house, I can maybe work on it for 2 to 3 days, and then I'm done, and then I can start editing the video. But now, as I said, this house took me 2 weeks to build, and it will take me, once again, maybe a couple of days to edit it, because as I said, I don't have that much free time. And also, my internet connection isn't the best, and just so that you can understand what's happening whenever I'm uploading a video, for a video of 25 minutes long, or a 25 minute long video, it can take sometimes 8 hours for the video to go up onto YouTube. So this is why this video, I'm pre-recording the voiceover a week before the video goes up, because I still have to edit all the machinimas all together. I started, but I need to finish the video plus put the voiceover over the video, and then I need to be able to upload the video. And I usually like to upload the videos whenever I'm there. If anything bad happens to my computer, or my cat walks on the computer and does something weird with the computer. So usually I'm there whenever I'm uploading the video. And since, as I said, I have a whole bunch of work to do when I'm uploading, my internet connection becomes really, really slow. So whenever I have some research to do, I have to stop the uploading. So this is why I'm pre-recording a whole bunch of videos. I hope that makes sense to you guys, and I hope that you're not too mad in a way of this schedule and this organization that I came up with. But I think it's the best way for me to keep up with the channel, because I definitely still want to work on this channel, because it helped me so much with my English. And actually something really weird happened, because one of the main purpose of why I created this YouTube channel was, first of all, to share my love for The Sims, but also to be a bit more comfortable at talking in English, because I created this YouTube channel at the end of my first year in the language department of the university that I am in right now. So in my first year for my degree, I created this YouTube channel, and it was because at the end of the first year, I realized that my writing English, writing English was better. Anyway, we have a lot of English teachers, with an English accent, so my accent may change sometimes. Anyway, so I realized that my English was better, but I wasn't as fluent at speaking in English as I would have liked to. So since I knew that whatever happened, I would have been playing The Sims anyway, I thought, why not start this YouTube channel and start making Let's Plays and speed builds, as I had been thinking for such a long time, because I think by the time I started my YouTube channel, it had been maybe 5 years that I was thinking making videos of The Sims, but I never came around it, and finally I did it 2 years ago almost, and it really changed things, because I was able to hear my mistakes, and I have to say that it's really weird for me sometimes to just go back to my first videos and hear all the mistakes and how uncomfortable I was. But at least, I can see that I've improved, and I feel like my English improved as well. I still make a lot of mistakes, like putting an S whenever I'm not supposed to, or not put an S when I'm supposed to. But I'm improving with my tenses, with the vocabulary, and how to form a sentence, and I feel also that sometimes I'm speaking too fast, so I have to slow down. But it's a really useful tool to just make those videos, and also it's really fun. And I don't know, I'm really so happy to be sharing this passion that I have for The Sims with a whole bunch of people like you guys who love The Sims as well. So this is just a great adventure. And throughout those last couple of years, I've become more comfortable at talking in English in front of people, because also when I was talking in front of people in English 2 years ago, I was really uncomfortable, like stressing out. My heart was starting to beat really, really hard in my chest, and I was starting to sweat, and I was stuttering as well. So it was just awful for me to talk in English in front of people. And I thought, by making a YouTube channel and talking in a way to myself, but also talking to you guys, it was kind of an indirect conversation. So I would be talking to someone, not directly, but I would be talking to someone anyway. So it was like halfway through, talking to someone. So having a YouTube channel and talking like that could make me a bit more comfortable. That was the the idea behind also this YouTube channel. And it worked really well because last year I was much more comfortable at talking in front of people in English, and I wasn't sweating, I wasn't stuttering, I wasn't stressing out and panicking. I was really comfortable and I knew that I was capable of talking in English. And last week was the first week back in school, and I wanted to share an idea on a text that we were studying at the time in the class. And I raised my hand, the teacher told me to talk, and I started talking and I started stuttering. I was so uncomfortable. I was sweating, and it was like I was back 2 years ago, and I don't know what happened. I think it's because I'm so overwhelmed and stressed out because technically it's the last year and I definitely don't want to mess it up. And also I have so many things on my plate right now that I don't know, maybe the stress was just too much and just talking in front of people was just too much, and I started really kind of panicking. It wasn't obvious for the teacher, but you could hear in my voice that I was kind of shaking. My voice was shaking technically. So yeah, I don't know, I was so uncomfortable, and it was so weird because it didn't happen to me for more than a year, thanks to this YouTube channel, and in a way thanks to you guys, because all of your comments, your likes, and all of the newcomers, because we actually went over 150 people on the channel, which makes me so happy. I mean, I don't really count the number of subscribers, but of course this is something that really counts, and that really counts. I just said the opposite. Anyway, I'm really tired. It's the end of the day. It's right now 7 p.m. I came back home, I think, like 40 minutes ago, so I'm kind of tired. But yeah, it means a lot to me that you guys are enjoying what I'm doing on the channel, and that you're sharing also your ideas, because this gave me so much inspiration, and it encourages me really, so thank you guys so much. But yes, right now things are really, it's like the last year and I have so many things to work on, and with my boyfriend we're actually thinking of moving from France into another English-speaking country. Right now we're thinking about England. There might be Australia in mind as well, but it's not even sure. We're thinking also about Canada. But we have to see for all of this. So I'm also trying to plan some of those, kind of hypotheses, on whenever we're going to move out, see if the budget is, if we can have a budget on whatever we need to pay for, the passport and the visas and everything. So I'm also trying to plan something like that while being on my last year. And I'm having a whole bunch of things on my plate right now. But this YouTube channel, whenever I'm recording the videos, it's like, I'm back in The Sims, I can just talk to the guys that I like the most. Because yes, I really like you guys. I think I'm really tired, I'm so sorry. But yeah, this YouTube channel is something, it's like the only thing that I can really control in a way. So it really relaxes me to be back in The Sims and also be recording these videos. And whenever I'm editing the videos, this is when also I realize that my English improved and that I can, feel a bit more comfortable as well. And whenever you guys leave a comment, I feel like whatever I'm doing finally has an impact on someone that really enjoyed it, and someone that had fun watching my videos. So that's really fun. And I think I'm kind of rambling right now because I think I said pretty much everything I had to say about what's going on right now and why things are a little bit different on the channel, because throughout the entire summer I was uploading videos pretty much every single day. But now I will try at least to upload 4 videos a week. I will try to keep up with that rhythm. This is what I have planned. I'm not sure I will be able to do that every single week, but I will try to. And this way, I have to sometimes just stop studying, stop working, stop making research on everything and anything, and just go back into The Sims and relax and tell a story and just, I don't know, just pause the time as if I was really in The Sims, and just pause the time, think of what I'm going to do while playing The Sims and relaxing and talking to you guys and sharing some of the most amazing gameplay that I can have. So anyway, so let's go back into the build. So as you can see, the interior is pretty much done. Everything is pretty simple. Usually when I was, or actually the past couple of builds that I've done, I was placing a whole bunch of clutter items everywhere in the houses, and it was sometimes kind of overwhelming. But recently I'm really feeling like simpler furnishing inside, simpler interior design. So I tried to do something like that inside while showing that there was a little bit of life. and I think I was pretty successful in that. And I don't know, this house seems so flawless, you know? It's so simple to move around. It's not too much on the eye, it's not too much colors, and I don't know, I really like it. So right now I'm working on the greenhouse, and I was so happy to have found this idea of the greenhouse for the left side of the house, because as you will see later on, towards the end of the build actually, I will try to find something to place on the front, left and right side of the house because I had no idea what to do. But the greenhouse actually took so much place outside that I was so happy, because this way, you know, there's no empty spaces. And even though it's not really it's not really bothering me, you know, that there's nothing on one corner of the lot. I don't know, I feel like I could have done something better sometimes, so I usually try to place something on the corner of the lots and place something everywhere so that there's no lost spaces in a build, if that makes any sense. And so right now I'm going to place a barbecue, because I actually forgot for a while that I wanted to place a barbecue, but for me this is kind of an essential thing to have in a house. Not in an apartment, even though when, you know, you're building in the Spice District, there's the apartment that needs TLC, you have this balcony. It's kind of an essential for me to have a barbecue on that balcony, and I don't know why, because I don't even eat meat, but I eat barbecues, you know, I eat vegetables cooked on the barbecue, which is really delicious, especially onions. It's delicious. It's onions. Yes, onions on the barbecue is delicious. And here is actually when I'm placing all of the trees, because I really had no idea what to do. I just also wanted to be done with the build, because I was done with the interior, I was done with all the ideas that I had, so I just placed those trees so that there would be something there and it wasn't too empty and too weird, so there you go. And here it's kind of the children's place area for them to play. And later on you will see me placing a bench, you know, all those old benches that came with romantic garden stuff, and I will place one just under a tree, because this was something that we had in my childhood home, and this is something that sometimes I like to place in my builds, especially in the corner for the children, because this old bench that I had in my childhood home was just behind my swing set. So I like sometimes to place those old benches that are kind of lost in the middle of all those greeneries and everything. I don't even know if the Sims can use that bench, but it doesn't really matter, it's really pretty. And once again, a bit more stones. But anyway, I'm sorry you guys if I rambled too much, if I talked too much, but I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I also really want to thank you for all the comments and the feedbacks and the likes and the support that you guys give me. It really encourages me and it makes my day. So thank you so much. So if you like this house, don't forget to tell me that in the comments, leave a like under the video, just to let me know that you liked it. And if you want to download this house, all the information are in the description for you to go and download it on the gallery. And I'm going to leave you here, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you in the next one.